kill. Triple kill. Versal double kill. Triple kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Double kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Halo Pro League qualifier, co-presented by Shopify Rebellion. I'm Wannabe Reckless, aka Wannabe Caston. I got my man Revenite with me, and we have an absolute banger of a matchup, which is going to start off in the most bangerest way possible. We have two teams who definitely want that final spot from our qualifier number one after some insane roster mania striking Halo. Name a better duo, by the way. And two teams who have literally fought tooth and nail to get to that two spots to fight once again to find out who takes that final spot again after a bit of roster mania. So, to decide who gets advantage in this one, we have a little bit of something different going on here. So we're not gonna flip a coin. We're not gonna rock paper scissors. We're not gonna do any of that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have a good old-fashioned duel. So we're gonna have a bit of a melee-only fight that's gonna go down towards the middle of the map. These teams have agreed to this. I don't know what's exactly going on. All I know is that there's gonna be players that are going in, popping off in the melees only to find out who gets that advantage here. And Rev, welcome to LVT.
I guess so, right? Like this is a first for an LVT broadcast, and I think it's a first for Halo in general. You know, like I love the fact that these players are inspired by how Counter-Strike matches are usually determined for who gets which side first. And now we're bringing it into Halo. A full-on boxing match between all four of these players will decide who gets to be on what side. I am pumped for this. You'll better be pumped for this. Let's get this fight going.
And again, I mean, I've never seen this before. You mentioned that this has kind of been done in Counter-Strike a little bit. I promise you, we've never seen this done in Halo. However, when it comes to LVT, we give the people what they want. It's as simple as that. So if it's hype, we are going to do it. And guys, the players agreed on this. So it's like on our side of things, we're like, well, who are we to stop them from doing it? If they want a melee only towards the middle of the map, well, I'm here for it. And here we go. Ascending baseline, just like that, dropping a knockout blow, knocking out all members of Legion Gaming, only losing out on Super CC. And just like that, we know who's picking sides.
And there it is. In a flash, it was over. You blink and it was gone. Ascending baseline proved that they had the fists to back up the talk, and they get to choose the side that they want to play on first. And what a way to figure out side selection for Halo. Like, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you, Tony, but I want to see this happen more often.
Lighter's like, who play called it? It must have been Ryan. Like, they straight up went right through the middle of the map. I was thinking we're gonna come in with like triple overshields and actually have a good old melee fight and actually box it up. No, it was one melee and everybody went down, and that had to be the most exciting thing that we've seen in Halo Infinite. But all right, guys, show's over. That's it. We know who won. We know who's qualifying. We're done. GG's,
pack your bags.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bye-bye.
No. I apologize. I was mistaken. That was only to find out who gets what side in our game number one. We're still got our matchup. It's Legion Gaming going up against Sending a Baseline. In case you guys don't know what's going on here, by the way, we started off our stream. We actually have a Pro League qualifier show match between Legion Gaming and Ascending Baseline. We had our qualifier number one that went down where we started off with, I think, over 50 teams, narrowed it down to 12 in that championship Sunday, and then eventually went down to 4. Actually, we had 4 qualifying teams like we were supposed to for that qualifier one, and then this weekend we would have the second qualifier. Now, things changed up. Roster mania struck. You guys know it's Halo. It freaking happens. But to make things fair, we said if you're one of your teams qualified and you went through one of those drastic changes, well, you would have to qualify again, and the next 2 spots that finished outside of the top 4 would duke it out to take your spot. Here we are, Rev, Ascending Baseline and Legion Gaming.
And what an exciting way to start off this show match. A lot on the line for both of these teams. We're going to follow Ryan, who's trying to get the cleanup kill on that player. It does get him, but it's going to cost him his life. And now Lido going to be making a push. We do have the cap not quite secured for ascending baseline. Wondering if that was a little bit of a mistake as they try to prioritize the camo on the other side of the map.
Enemy team scoring.
Best of 7 to find out who takes that final spot from qualifier #1 to compete in a $128,000 pro league. I can't think of a more important best of 7 outside of a grand finals that we're talking about here on land. But here we are, and Tapping Buns with the camouflage has to settle with a bit of a trade here. Meanwhile, Super CC ain't trading with no one. 3 down go Legion Gaming, but Super CC, without having the shields, wasn't able to step foot into Bravo just yet, and Lido does end up putting him down.
Great job by Lido milking his life for as long as he did. However, Legion Gaming go once again 3 dead. Zuzi is the last player alive for Legion Gaming. The rest of the spawners are going to spawn, but that will cost them Hill B. And now a desperate fight by M does win the piv against Tapping Buttons.
Double kill.
They get a double. Ends up getting cleaned up real quick. 2 quickly go down for ascending baseline, make it 3 going down for Legion Gaming. Super CC takes advantage of it, converting Alpha, and the trip cap now being locked in from ascending baseline. They take the lead, and Super CC takes some team damage, but nothing is stopping him from getting his kills.
No, it's not. And Super CC continuing to play aggressive, catching another spawner at Legion Gaming all by himself. Does put some moves on a perfect 5 from Uzi. What a great play.
Double cap so far belonging to ascending baseline. It was Legion Gaming that tried to convert things, but Ryan Noob and AV coming real quick for the cleanups, and Ryan Noob no longer having any more sniper to work with, but looks like AB could be stealing away a camouflage, which could be used in the hands of Pennsylvania's finest in Super CC.
Super CC now with the camo. Nobody knows where he is. He's playing very, very patiently, waiting for the opportunity to strike, and he does. Catches Zuzi off guard, playing for his life once again now as Legion Gaming. They were able to secure 2 caps for just a little bit. This game's still very, very close, Tony. Could be anyone's game, but Super CC just waiting for that sniper rifle. We've seen this combination so many times before. Legion Gaming trying to keep him from getting it. He's not going to be able to prevent it for long, and already putting it to use, catching that player off spawn.
Despite Morgan's great movement with that repost, throwing things off guard, Super CC still comes and dissect multiple members of Legion Gaming. Goes after one with the quick scope, another with the no scope, eventually gets cleaned up real quick. Suzy should be able to get away with sniper again, should be. AV all over him. Eventually Lido has to get that final kill over toward the back mud side. Things are still getting down and dirty. The sniper wasn't easy to get, and neither is Charlie, but once Lido is able to grab it, he converts that into a kill immediately, and Morgan puts the battle rifle to work. What season are we in?
The season of the battle rifle will do enough to take down the shields, but Zuzi's going to get the kill credit. Going to clean it up now. Morgan is going to be making a push towards B. They catch ascending baseline off guard there, and Ryan New will go down. That hill is going to be flipped. Meanwhile, though, the rest of the spawners for ascending baseline are coming in. 3 strong, 1 going across mid. Tapping Button's going to stay alive. 2 dead. It's a 2v2 now, and Uzi is not going to stay alive. Tapping Button's trying to milk his life for as long as he can. Can he get away? The answer is no.
As Tapping Buns goes down, we switch gears over towards Morgan, trying to convert Alpha and Bravo at the exact same time. However, it is ascending baseline to trade out at least 1 life over toward the back green side. Then coming out of nowhere, Lido not prepared for the Suspector push that ends up clearing him out real quick. Tapping Buns decides to get involved from the sandbag side, goes in for the challenge on Suzuki, and before you know it, all 4 players from Legion Gaming go down.
Lido's the first spawner for Legion Gaming, tapping buttons, tapping more than just buttons. He's also tapping those heads with some impressive shots, and now as you can see, the spawns do get flipped. Ascending basing now pushing towards the C, and they are going to get a couple of dead, and that will be a triple cap for ascending baseline. 132 seconds and counting, already looking for the spawners. Morgan is all by himself.
11 kills for name already here for Tapping Buttons. Put some damage onto Morgan. Does have some help with him now over toward the net side. Even a player going right through the mid-map, Lido does end up getting caught out. So once again, half the members of Legion Gaming on the black screen and the other half scrambling to find out how ascending baseline keep finding these slays and keep finding the advantage.
mean, Ascending Baseline right now just have so much momentum. Legion Gaming continuing to get split spawn just a little bit. We have one player over on C, two players fighting for their life over at B. Zuzi and Morgan are all that's left, trying to flip this B hill, but tapping buttons doing so well to stay alive. Also making the push into the hill. A nice repulse will get the cap secured and will be enough to take him down as well. Tapping buttons on Ryan Noob go down, traded out immediately for Zuzi and Morgan. Now Uzi trying to stay alive, not going to be able to do so. He gets hunted down. Sniper is now down. That's 3 dead momentarily for Legion Gaming. Ascending Baseline again continue their momentum.
One repulse, all that really took in order to secure that green capture there, but still Ascending Baseline Ascending Baseline have Alpha and Bravo still. 169 points. No scope to the body here. Lido goes down to 1 shot, but it is 2 that are looking to push out A, and mind you, Super CC sliding, flying, ends up getting the no scope onto Morgan, but Morgan refused to go down easy, has a teammate with them, and in fact, Suspector not only didn't get the kill on Morgan, he fell off the map.
Probably just a little bit of a miss slide, or couldn't get the grab over in back green, but Morgan with some nice cleanup shots taking down Ryan Noob on spawn over in A. Still going to stay alive over by Half-Wall as well, just biding his time, playing very, very patiently, not wanting to go down and drop the sniper rifle and potentially hand this over to Ascending Baseline. Here comes a big push now, trying to get the triple cap set up, but they can't. Free down instantly for Legion Gaming. Good defense by Ascending Baseline, and now Ryan Noob. We all know what he can do with this sniper rifle, and I'm very excited to see what he can do. Misses a shot on Uzi, but Uzi, he holds true, ices up, and Ryan Noob falls.
1 bullet in the sniper here for Uzi, who's gonna convert Alpha. 4 members do go down for AB, and that is a triple cap coming in for Legion once again. Lining up the sniper over to where the spawning player just barely misses the head of the opposition, but steals away a camouflage. Can he stay alive with it? Apparently he can, and this is a lot of resources now finding the hands of Uzi and Legion Gaming.
He couldn't quite get towards B to prevent that touch to reset the hill. Unfortunately for them, it will be Ascending Baseline once again with a massive push, but 2 go down, make that 3 go down, 4 go down from some perfect shots from Uzi. And now they have the AC hold, and the rest of this team is spawning over by B. Playing very patiently once again. Uzi, he's going to get some information from the rest of his team, also put out a couple of shots and back away. And here comes the flood.
Trying to convert Bravo. Uzi does find himself in there trying to get the reset, and eventually it is AB that does, but it takes 2 to tango, and although you had Alpha and Charlie did, Legion Gaming, look how quick AB are to try to get that AB set up.
You know, we said earlier that Legion Gaming were struggling a little bit in the Slays department, now have completely come into their own in this second half of the game. 132 points to 198 and counting as Ascending Baseline crosses the 200 mark, but Legion Gaming are giving it all that they have, and Uzi and Zuzi, the twins, the brothers, they are staying alive, staying together, trying to flip this B hill and keep Ascending Baseline pinned on the A side of this map.
What started off as melees only to find out who gets to choose sides is still a fight being had here on live fire, and although Ascending Baseline had control for quite some time, it's Legion Gaming that have been catching up ground real quick. Finally, Bravo goes into the hands of Ascending Baseline. They're the one scoring once again, but Legion Gaming were able to put 144 points in the meantime.
But will it be enough? Ryan Noob with the sniper rifle in hand once again. 3, 4 missed shots. He will have to fall back and reload using the repulse to try to get himself some space. But in the meantime, Legion Gaming are going to flip that A hill now. So the points are going to start to swing a little bit in Legion Gaming's favor. Ryan Noob just not finding any connection with that S7. Switches over to the Bandit. Finally hits the last and final shot of that sniper rifle. 3 members of Legion Gaming go down. But with Ascending Baseline losing the camo, Lido now looking to try and swing the pendulum, the proverbial pendulum of momentum, back into his team's play. Oof.
Spectre holding on to that tower side. Zuzi doesn't come up with the cleanup here. We switch gears over towards Ryan and Super CC, who are now navigating their way through the green side. They're staying alive for as long as possible, and Legion Gaming have only converted Charlie, and I see nobody near Alpha, nobody near Bravo, and that's gonna be game number 1 of your best of 7 going to Ascending Baseline.
Ascending Baseline playing the second half of that match very, very well. It was close for just a little bit, but Ascending Baseline just continued to out-rotate and take powerful positions and get across the map and put shots down on Legion Gaming multiple times. In the kill feed, I just saw Legion Gaming going down one too many times, in my opinion, and I think that's kind of what made things fall apart for them just a little bit, you know? Like, sure, they got a couple of camos, but they weren't really able to do a whole heck of a lot with it. And Legion Gaming go down 1-0 in this best of 7 show match to see who is going to get that last qualifier.
I got the chance to cast a scrim between Ascending Baseline and Legion Gaming not all that long ago. It was the old Legion Gaming's roster that included Little Gators and the boys, but Ryan, we got to interview Ryan right afterwards. He had nothing but great things to say about Uzi and Zuzi and this whole Legion Gaming roster. And you see why he thought of them so highly. That matchup right there was absolutely fantastic, and it took 3 different players dropping 20 kills on the side of Ascending Baseline, 2 more on top of that, getting double-digit assists. I mean, Super CC, you gotta point out, 20 kills, 13 assists, a 10.3 KDA. The man was literally doing it all, and that's what it took in order to put down this Legion Gaming roster for good on Strongholds. Will it be the same on Slayer?
Slayer, you know, a different beast entirely, and taking a look at that scoreboard once again, you certainly have to give the odds over to Ascending Baseline. I mean, they were ahead in slays for a majority of that match, and they continued to be ahead of the slay department later on. Uzi with the accuracy though, 73% accuracy. I wish I could hit those numbers in matchmaking, but if I could, then maybe I wouldn't just be a caster. I might also be a professional player, who knows? But we're going into the next game already, loading it in right now. Slayer is on the docket. Tony, who do you got to take this Solitude Slayer?
I mean, I like Legion Gaming when it comes to making the game scrappy. I think that's where Uzi and Zuzi thrive, and that's why you join the likes of a Morgan and Lido. They're very comfortable with being uncomfortable. So if they're able to make it scrappy, throw Ascending Baseline off guard, and Slayer play to like the beat of your own drum, I definitely think there's a world where Legion Gaming can come back and take this game number 2. Where I'm more scared about is for Legion Gaming is, I guess, the opposite side of things. If Ascending Baseline are able to use that coordination to find themselves multiple rounds of slays, and then use Solitude as a map as the most one of these most, if not the most punishing game mode that we have here in our circuit, especially with Vacancy not being played in the Halo Pro League, it goes back to Solitude. And if Ascending Baseline can use that coordination to spawn trap Legion Gaming, it can be bad.
Ascending Baseline looking to extend their lead by 1 more game in this best of 7 series. Legion Gaming looking to tie things up. 4 go down for Ascending Baseline. A great start for Legion Gaming. And this will be a camo grab for Legion Gaming as well. They're going to go ahead and grab the shock rifle. And let's see if Ascending Baseline had the answer for this shocking play from Lido.
Big time double assist there. Lido staying alive with this camouflage and shock combo, and a 7-3 advantage goes the way to Legion Gaming in the early game. You see Ascending Baseline now starting to gravitate over toward the yard side, and Lido, he wants to cut this off, but there's a split second too late.
Lido being very patient, just looking for the spawners now. Ascending Baseline, they're all still trapped inside of yard, just waiting for the rest of the team to get close enough to be able to start this aggressive push. 2 go down for Ascending Baseline. Last player inside of yard, fighting for his life. He will get the trade, but they all go down regardless. Legion Gaming come out ahead. Morgan now with the shock rifle. Ascending Baseline off of the respawn. Ascending Baseline trying to make some plays. It will be Suspector getting the first kill. He gets himself a nice double kill as well with the fisticuffs. 3 down for Legion Gaming. 11-9. Legion Gaming still in the lead.
3 kill advantage. Uzi taking a lot of damage here, but nobody able to capitalize on it just yet as he makes his way over to the gold side. Ends up getting overwhelmed by bullets. Spectre awarded the kill for that one, and mind you, even putting down damage over toward the other side of the map. Eventually, Morgan takes him down, but here come the floodgates. They're wide open, and Super CC ends up taking down one. Uzi goes right back at him, and now Super CC looking to stay alive for as long as possible. And at least there's a trade out in lives, but so far, Legion Gaming winning out these plays that truly are starting to matter.
Oh, it's getting real scrappy right now, Tony. Ascending baseline and Legion Gaming going toe for toe, blow for blow. One player goes down, another gets immediately traded out. Lido is not going to be any different. Super CC trades out his teammate and takes down Lido. Camo's coming up in 2 seconds, so will things slow down? No, they will not. Super CC evading as much damage as he can, but Morgan taking down Tappy Buttons in the back line. The grenade will finish off Suzy. Can they finish off Uzi? They do. Lido, last player alive, not going to be able to stop this. Camo grab! What the nade from Super CC!
A double kill from Super CC gets himself the camouflage, immediately turns it into a triple kill, and then you get information right now. Knowledge is power. That's a killing spree being dropped by Super CC, and when he should die, his teammates are covering his back, and he finds the shot of the one shot, despite being one shot himself. It's teamwork that's making the dream work. It's the coordination that we fear. Legion Gaming are trapped over toward the bottom snipe side, and they have to fight their way out of it.
Super CC a little heated there, but it's not going to matter. 3 down again for Legion Gaming. 4 down now as Morgan is going to be the first spawner. Legion Gaming now lose their lead to Ascending Baseline, who now takes the lead in this game 29-26. Morgan trying to win the 1v1 on Ryan. It will end up being an equal trade, but Lido getting taken down over in back util. Ascending Baseline still extending their lead 32-27, now 28 with that kill.
32 kills here for Ascending Baseline. Not only have they taken the lead, but they're not looking back whatsoever. You allowed Tapping Buzz to get the shock in his hands, and that is dangerous if you are wearing a Legion Gaming jersey right now. As he gets himself over to the top snipe side, finds himself one perfect shot right to the dome. Suzy, you could be next. He's down to 1, and Tapping Buns gets the finish. That's a dub here for Tapping. Oh, just about a triple here. Maybe not the timing that they're looking for, but still, it's Ascending Baseline playing on their timing. 38 kills out of nowhere. They've blown this game wide open.
Ascending Baseline are feeling themselves right now, Tony. They are rechalling at one shot. They are just playing so in the face of Legion Gaming. Can Legion Gaming stop the onslaught that is Ascending Baseline? It all's going to start here with 3 going down for Ascending Baseline. Super CC, last player alive, trying to get some space from the rest of his team. Catches Uzi on gold ledge, drops away. Super CC trying to stay alive inside of back blue now. He catches Uzi, but he has another twin, and that will be Uzi taking him down. And Morgan will be the next to fall. Ascending Baseline still lead though, 40-36, but it's getting a little dicey now for Ascending Baseline.
Legion Gaming put themselves within one squad wipe of Ascending Baseline, looking to take this right back into their hands and really kind of take back what was rightfully theirs. Camouflage finds Uzi, but it looks like Tapping Buns on the kill feed found Morgan, and that's one kill that they could not afford, and there's a couple more that are about to not go their way, because that's 3 down for Legion Gaming, and they weren't able to trade out a single kill just when you had the chance to come back in this game. Well, Ascending Baseline have way other things planned.
I'm getting flashbacks from live fire strongholds. Once again, Legion Gaming cannot utilize that camo when they need it the most, and Ascending Baseline capitalize on the slight mistakes that Legion Gaming are making. These are not huge mistakes, they're the little unforced errors, and Ascending Baseline are completely running away with it. However, Legion Gaming have not quite allowed Ascending Baseline to strangle them into the game win. Ascending Baseline is losing players left and right, 41-46. 4 kills are all that remains for Ascending Baseline to go up 2-0 in the series, but Legion Gaming are giving it all they got.
More team damage is being punishing right now as Legion Gaming have yet to find their footing towards the end game. That one missed melee that led to a 3 down without trading out really did, and the costing them this game at this point. Super C's ascending baseline are just coming in like a wrecking ball for those final kills. It is ascending baseline going up 2-0, and you know Legion Gaming gonna be doing some film review on that one. They are not happy with the results.
I mean, they certainly had their chance, right? Like in the beginning part of the game, the early part of the game, they were ahead of ascending baseline, but one misplay after another in ascending baseline were able to swing the momentum back in their favor. I mean, we saw it in, for our eyes. Super CC gets a triple kill, tapping buttons, gets himself a double kill, and also reach out to get another one while one shot on C Plat. And it's just, I mean, the scoreboard speaks volumes. Positive KD for all of ascending baseline. Even Ryan Noob going even with a nice little 0-0 and a Legion Gaming falling just short.
Super CC 14-8, 4,000 damage, topping the entire lobby here. Everybody on the ascending baseline just doing great in the damage department, but definitely capitalized by what Super CC was able to do. 70% accuracy as well. We highlighted another player earlier in that game number 1 who was dropping 70, and Super CC, the next one in the 70 percentile club, which is just crazy to think about. It's one best of 7 series to find out who takes that final spot from your qualifier number 1 in your LVT Halo Pro League, co-presented by Shopify Rebellion. Ascending baseline up 2-0. And man, in case you guys don't know why we're here again, $120,000 is on the line. We've already had one qualifier where we had 4 teams. Well, we had 4 teams that qualified, and then Roster Mania struck even with the qualified teams, and it's going to create some craziness that we'll talk about over the weekend. But it's led us to a point where ascending baseline Legion Gaming, who finished out top 6, are now going at each other to find out who takes that final qualifier spot from number 1, and then we'll have one more qualifier this weekend to round out your final 8 teams. Only 8 teams can be invited into the Pro League, and then even after that, only 6 teams can make it to land. So we will be relegating teams very quickly here, but before, I guess you gotta know where you're going to know, you gotta know where you've been to know where you're going, I guess. So we need to find out who those teams are that will qualify before we eventually get to that sweet, sweet land at the Shopify Rebellion headquarters. Ascending baseline and Legion Gaming going at it. Rev, how are you feeling right now? Welcome to LVT, and how does it feel right now?
I mean, this is a dream come true. I've been on the LVT broadcast a couple of times before, even got a chance to watch the miraculous journey with Renegade and Legend during the doubles in Dallas qualifier as well. While they punched their spot, they had to win every single game. They had to place first in order to be able to go to Dallas, and they did it. And it was also the first time that we've seen Renegade and Legend come back into Halo, and now I get to be on the broadcast once again for this show match between both of these 2 teams, just trying to make it easier for them without having to work too hard this coming weekend and forced to play through the open bracket of qualifier weekend number 2. So a lot of stakes are on the line for both of these 2 teams. It's a difference whether or not you have to play this weekend or you don't have to play this weekend, and it's been, I was talking to you a little bit before we started broadcast as well. You're one of my favorite casters. You inspired me to go on this journey as well. And, took a lot of learning and energy, and watched a lot of your VODs and old videos on how you casted, and now I get to be here casting with you. It's a dream come true, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you, LVT, for giving me opportunities to show off what I can do on broadcast, and also for finally putting me together with one of my personal casting heroes.
I guess dreams are coming true all over the place. I get to cast with Rev. That's what I'm happy about over here. It's been too long. We've been trying to plan this for way too long, and we finally got it going here. Game number 3 about to be on its way. But Legion Gaming doing what honestly I think they really need to, and that's icing the kicker. I feel like as of right now, ascending baseline have way too much momentum on their side, and if you watch any of the sports, the basket footballs or whatever you want to call it, one strategy is icing the kicker, and right before they're actually about to kick an important field goal or anything of the sort, the enemy team will call a timeout. and legitimately like stop them right in the way, you know, make everybody reset. It pisses the kicker off, you know, it breaks that momentum. And I feel like that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And then on top of that, like Legion Gaming kind of need a breather. Like if you're down 0-2, and especially the way that game number 2 went, if you just go right into game number 3, like right off the rip, you know, 10 seconds in, I feel like you're banging your head against the wall a little bit. Like I feel like you're going with the motions, where right now you need a break in action, need a nice little breather, maybe to talk things over. It kind of stinks for us as casters because that's what we have to fill a little bit here. But as far as from the player side, I feel like Legion Gaming need that. The last thing you want things to happen is snowball out of control and have Ascending Baseline continue what they've done so far in the first half of the series.
Yeah, I mean, it's a viable strategy that every professional team utilizes, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be using timeouts or breaks in esports when you're competing as well. If there's a reason why there's a tactical timeout in Valorant, there's a reason why there's a timeout in Counter-Strike, and so many other top-tier esport games uses timeouts when they need to just, one, stop the momentum, just like you said, of the other team, but also come back and strategize. That game number 2 did not go the way of Legion Gaming. Let's just be you know, real about that, right? Like Ascending Baseline played very, very scrappy, but they also played very, very well. You just cannot let Ascending Baseline steal these potential wins from you, especially if you want to try and punch your ticket to qualify for the LVT Pro LAN.
On the Legion Gaming side, you got Zuzi, Uzi, the twins, going with Lido and Morgan going up against Ascending Baseline. These actually 2 duos went at it, if I remember correctly, at Atlanta in a very important matchup. And not only the Legion Gaming end up winning that series and eventually going on to pool play and finding some decent amount of success in Atlanta, reminding us that when they get to LAN, they do what they do. But a lot of trash talk. I would say one of the more exciting series. There was a lot of trash talk going down in that one, and I will say something about being on LAN and experiencing yourself. Like it's really tough if you've never been to a LAN, especially one with an open bracket. Like we could talk about it, but it's like you gotta feel it. You gotta be there. Like it's something that you really can't experience unless you just do it for yourself. And it's one of the things that I have loved. I've never been able to go to a LAN before. You know, I've played Halo 3, competed in Reach, competed in 4, but my first major event was in Halo Infinite, and I'm addicted to it now, Rev.
I mean, there's a reason why they call it the passion pit, right? A lot of emotions get put out there on display for everybody to enjoy, not just the spectators, but also for the players themselves, right? So much trash talk, so many passionate words being sent out to both sides, but game number 3 is now on the docket. We're going to find out if Ascending Baseline are going to extend their lead yet again and make it 3-0, or will the timeout for Legion Gaming have been enough? Suspector, however, has other plans, as a triple kill is going to secure the 3 dead for Legion Gaming.
Suspector knows he already's been on LAN plenty of times, but wants to make it to that Shopify Rebellion headquarters LAN with top 6. Well, first, you gotta qualify. That's exactly what Ascending Baseline are looking to do. Suspector getting a chain reaction damage onto multiple different players, and the pinch from both sides ends up wiping Legion Gaming and Ascending Baseline, scoring once again.
20 seconds of ball time and counting for Ascending Baseline, continuing exactly where they left off. And Suspector catches Uzi, just trying to make his way into gold from glass. Morgan also spawning, finding himself a little bit of electricity. Someone probably discharged some static electricity nearby him. He does get to live with his life, however, this time around. Suspector, we haven't left this guy's POV, and he is still continuing to light things up on the map.
Enemy has the ball.
4 down go Legion Gaming. Right as ascending baseline, we're already scoring. This is where things go from bad to worse. If you are a fan of Legion Gaming, you haven't gotten the ball out of the hands of ascending baseline just yet. And so far, you're keeping the first ones to go down. And once you go down against ascending baseline, once they smell that blood in the water, that's when they strike. And ascending baseline are certainly hungry. Legion Gaming, you might need another break, but the game's already started.
Man, Legion Gaming just trying to make something happen across the map, but ascending baseline are just covering too many different angles. No one from Legion Gaming is able to push anywhere on the map without ascending baseline, taking some shots at them, dropping them low enough for them to be cleaned up and finished up by the other members of ascending baseline. However, as we've been talking, Legion Gaming got themselves a little bit of momentum, but Super CC on a killing spree. Legion Gaming, just when they find a little bit of an inch, ascending baseline take back control, and they are throttling Legion Gaming right now.
Enemy team nearing victory.
It is really tough here for Legion Gaming. It just seems like a bad matchup. Legion Gaming, especially Uzi and Zuzi, who very rarely make any team change whatsoever, made one of the biggest team changes that they have and put themselves on an amazing roster. But now, ascending baseline, showing them what coordination is really about. Ascending baseline have been together for way too long now, and it's Legion Gaming are really struggling because of it. Zuzi finally able to camouflage, finally able to get the ball out of the hands of ascending baseline. Now can they convert it into something real here?
Certainly going to be a tall order, Tony. 13 seconds to 91 for ascending baseline. They only need 9 seconds of ball time to secure round number 1 for themselves, and Legion Gaming have a tough hill to climb. But if Zuzi can stay alive with that camo, it could mean the world for Legion Gaming, but he does fall. He goes down. Lido trying to stay alive inside of Whirlpool, but the grenades come flying in. Ascending baseline looking to make a push towards Lido here.
9 more seconds needed here for ascending baseline. Legion Gaming would have to play damn near perfect Halo, and mind you, Super CC already able to steal the ball away from them. Morgan's gonna try to get there in time to get the ball out of his hands, but ascending baseline steal it away. A sneaky play by AB, and they get the final seconds that they need. And man, round number 1 goes handsomely in favor of ascending baseline.
A little bit of miscommunication maybe for Legion Gaming, because that ball was left inside of red pipes, and ascending baseline had taken control of gold and were making their way towards red pipes, and Super CC just looks at the ground and says, wait a minute, the ball is right here, and nobody from Legion Gaming in a position to be able to challenge that pickup. He was able to grab it and secure themselves round number 1. Round number 2, however, looks to be a little bit more in the favor of Legion Gaming, as Uzi gonna light things up with the shock rifle, taking down Ryan Noob. Looking at the next player, and he does. The Spectre goes down, and Uzi, he's doing everything that he can for Legion Gaming.
A night and day different start here coming from Legion Gaming, especially when Uzi's able to get away with a shock and a camouflage combination with 3 down going ascending baseline. And once again, Legion Gaming already scoring, tapping buttons, right, going for the challenge that he's not yet ready for, because Uzi has gone ghost like Danny Phantom, and he's not quite done. 20 seconds in a row, and Uzi just snapped onto Ryan, but I didn't even see him.
Check his PC. Somebody check his PC, because what the heck was that flick from Uzi, catching the head of ascending baseline just on spawn, and now grabbing the ball as the camouflage runs out. Still one last shot left with that shock rifle. Couldn't quite make it happen. Sorry, one more shot now in the shock rifle, but the rest of his team goes down, lines up the shot, takes down Super CC, now has to run for his life.
Uzi and Legion Gaming obviously did not have a very good round number 1. You see the reign of terror that Uzi just went on. It had to be like, what, 7 kills in a row? Like, he was almost flirting around with a killing frenzy. And now, just like that, everybody on Legion Gaming starting to catch up with their KDs at the moment. And as I say that, they do momentarily go 3 down. Zuzi does stop them from getting fully white, but ascending baseline are objective efficient. They're already moving the ball.
Moving the ball, grabbing the ball. Super CC gonna hold this inside of back gold once again, but when you need somebody to rally the rest of the squad, Uzi is there to do what is necessary to get some momentum back for Legion Gaming. However, you cannot be sleeping on this ascending baseline roster. Uzi going to realize that there is danger, plays the ball out towards mid in a 1v1 with Super CC, takes him down and stays alive from the grenade as well, but tapping buttons catches him, takes him down. Now Morgan trying to make a play for this camouflage. Can he live with it? No, he cannot. He gets taken down. Now Suspector on the hunt for this camouflage, finds it, grabs it. Can he stay alive? He will not. Uzi forces the burn, but the trade with the stick from the grave will take him down.
That's a beautiful stick coming out of Suspector right there. I mean, and he almost got away with the movement to get away with camouflage, but the fact is he's even able to trade out his life and burn it is something decent for ascending baseline this round number 2, which so far has felt mostly like Legion Gaming's. Suzy dropping that ball just momentarily to help his teammates finish and guarantee that kill. Morgan now moves into a setup here that Legion Gaming have locked in.
Ball drop.
Have to be ready for this push over from the A side of the map from ascending baseline, but 2 go down for Legion Gaming. They have to trade something back. They do not trade it back in time. Morgan goes down with a little bit of a, not the greatest shots, but the ball does get played out towards mid, but ascending baseline already on top of it. Tapping buttons, taking down Zuzi, but Uzi gets revenge for his twin brother, but Ryan Noob going to grab the ball and bring this over towards Sneaky, plays it out towards Pit as the rest of the team doesn't quite feel comfortable enough to hold on to this ball yet.
Down by 11 seconds here, which clearly is not much here in Oddball. Ryan Noob clearly upset his teammate. Does most of that damage on Suspector on his own. That nade not going exactly where he wants, but because Suspector is hiding in that corner, Suspector ends up getting a trade out in long haul. Ryan Noob's big brain nade forces Suspector into hiding in that corner, and Suspector gets a trade he probably shouldn't have gotten.
Probably should not have lived, but sometimes things happen and they either go your way or they don't go your way. And unfortunately for ascending baseline, doesn't quite go their way. However, big push from ascending baseline over towards Hydro. 2 go down, 3 go down for Legion Gaming, but the ball did not get played, unfortunately, for Legion Gaming. So this could be ascending baseline's ball to pick up and grab if they want to, but Ryan decided to play it safe in a 1v1 with Morgan, who does bring it to fisticuffs, and great patience from Zuzi there to win that fight over in Hydro. But again, the ball still sitting over in back Hydro, now going to get picked up by Lido.
With a series that started off with a melee fight, it could be the melee fights that bring Legion Gaming into this round number 2 and tie things up in a very important game number 3. Eventually, ball gets played off of the map a bit early there for Lido, but he would love to try to get involved and activated in the slays, so it might be a good trade-off. Sadly, by the time he gets over towards tower, players are mostly gone here, and he's not able to get the win, so 3 down go Legion Gaming, and Camouflage hands it Ryan. He can't be the one that has the ball.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the reflexes on Ryan Noob, and he uses the grapple shot to get himself out. Oh, he almost Goomba stopped Lido, but Lido not gonna let him get away with it that time.
Yeah, if he would have hit that grapple into back gold and then ninja somebody with the momentum,
Insane.
I'm not even gonna lie, I literally would have punched my monitor and threw my computer off the balcony. Like we almost just saw one of the most insane plays, but the fact that he even stayed alive as long as he did was absolutely ridiculous, and something that ascending baseline really needed to get themselves right back into the fight. Just like that, tapping buttons with a big time double. 3 down go Legion Gaming, and Ryan Noob with the interception.
Brandon just going to try to bring this ball towards A, but Morgan, nice piv on Ryan Noob to take him down. But again, Legion Gaming decided to play the time game now. 82 seconds to 40 for ascending baseline. Less than a minute left on the clock. Morgan thinking that maybe they can just make things a little bit safer by extending that time difference for ascending baseline, making it harder for them. Now bringing it all the way over towards back A. I like this patient play. Now getting ready to fight with the rest of his team as ascending baseline, trying to make a push through red pipes and whirlpool.
They only need 11 seconds rev due Legion Gaming, but this 11 seconds might be the hardest. Luckily for Legion Gaming, 40 seconds worth of neutral time. So as long as they get the ball out of the hands of ascending baseline will be stuck between a rock and a hard place, the scoreboard and the shot clock. As I say that, a lot of time being accumulated by ascending baseline here. 53 seconds to be exact, and they're trying to fight their way back into it. It isn't over. Meanwhile, Legion Gaming have just gone 2 down. We might just see another robbery by ascending baseline. Not like this.
Not like this. Legion Gaming desperately needs to secure this win. Ascending baseline, however, not making it easy. 25 seconds left on the clock. Lido does get the win on that pivot against the Spectre and plays the ball out towards Pit. That could be exactly what Legion Gaming needed in order to be able to tie up this oddball series 1-1.
At this point, just using that ball as bait over toward the mid-side. Spectre with the double, but can't quite get the triple time. Winding down fast, needs to get on the ball. Tapping Buttons is here and stops it at the 0-second mark. 0-second mark is it. If he drops the ball one time, that's it. And there it is. Rip the dream. That could have been insane if he was able to tie things up for winning at 0 seconds.
I mean, Trivia took the words out of my mouth. Imagine that scenario there, Tony, where ascending baseline with 0 seconds on the clock somehow bring it to 89 or even 90 seconds. That would have been heartbreaking for Legion Gaming, but thankfully for them, they do secure the win. It was more than enough, and now tying up the series 1-1. Morgan with the camouflage, and I mean, we haven't really talked a whole lot about the scoreboard so far, but ascending baseline, they're winning the slays, but will the slays be enough for them to win the game?
There's now the second camouflage now gone the way of Legion Gaming off the rip here. Great starting strat now twice in a row. Now allows Morgan to combine that camouflage with the shock rifle and defending this oddball at the moment. Wants to pass it over toward a teammate as quickly as possible. Right now, Morgan unselfishly scoring, and Legion Gaming do have a slight lead.
14 seconds to 2 in the early moments of this third and final round for all the marbles in this show match for the last qualifying spot from week 1 for the LVT Pro League. Zuzi gets himself a double kill, ascending baseline now left reeling, and still the clock ticks in the favor of Legion Gaming. Nice shot.
Beautifully played here by Morgan. Super CC has that shot in hands, has a one-shot player in front of him, but Lido is quick to attack. Lido now putting down some max damage, even despite being across the map, eventually cleaned up himself, ascending baseline, trying to get at this ball, and Tapping Buttons with another clutch double, make it a triple. 3 down, go Legion Gaming.
Legion Gaming with 47 seconds on the clocks. Ascending baseline finally get themselves a little bit of time. The Spectre going to try and throw as many grenades up towards the Whirlpool side as he can, but now Spectre just looking for the rest of Legion Gaming. Peeking and prodding his way over and towards back gold, buying some time for ascending baseline to be able to continue to catch up to the lead of Legion Gaming. 32 seconds and counting. Ascending baseline, holding on to the ball. Spectre in a 1v1 with Uzi, does not win that one, gets taken down, and Tapping Buttons in a 1v1 gets traded out.
One player on the map for each team. They were both momentarily 3 down, and a high IQ play to get that ball out of the map as soon as possible. Was getting way too mixy down there. Meanwhile, Uzi was able to get away with the camouflage right back over toward the mid-map with some shots over on the players that are rotating over towards tower. Legion Gaming able to put ascending baseline 3 down. Uzi now moving this ball over toward the gold side. I have to imagine he'll be swapping this out so he can slay with camo.
Uzi trying to do what he can with camo. Catches Tapping Buttons inside the gold stairs, and flying in is Super CC, but the grenade from Ryan going to finish off Uzi, and now Zuzi left last alive inside of red pipes in the fight for his life, and he gets taken down. Legion Gaming momentarily 4 dead as Tapping Buttons going to grab the ball, trying to make it towards red pipes, and he's going to be able to do so with a sliver of health left.
Got the slaves, they have this set up. I think now's a great time to hop on board with ascending baseline here in a listen-in as Spectre chasing players off of his lawn, and ascending baseline scoring once again with the ball. Let's hop into a listen-in the comms of ascending baseline.
Red BR weak.
Still top red.
Red BR defense.
One grapple.
Dead.
Nice chase.
Let's go. Red BR weak.
One.
Enemy has been
Yo,
destroyed.
Getting yo, it's big door. I'm grab long. I'm dead. Long.
Alright, I'm throwing
Sorry,
multi.
sorry, I was on
Did
the
you
air for a
throw
little
long,
bit too
John?
long there in that last
What's up?
part, Tony.
Favorite-
Just
I'm one.
I paid a pinch
Yo,
for
one
that.
side, CP.
But yeah, normally I wouldn't be on the
I
air.
assure you,
Swing weak.
I assure you, I'm not clocking.
One,
You can talk as long as little
yep,
as you
one
want.
tower, one
Yeah,
super.
I mean, I just want to make
We're
sure
not
I'm not
being
hogging all the airspace. You know, you're first chair.
Long,
I'm
long,
just
long,
trying
two
to
shot, long, absolute.
be a little
Go in.
less.
Hog it as much as you want.
I'm dead.
One top red.
Don't hit if you guys can. Hold
One
tower. Hold
bottom
tower.
tower new. One tower.
Bottom right, bottom right. Front tower.
Yeah, batteries.
I couldn't.
Just be strong though. I spawned red.
Push me, yeah, push me.
One shot on me and I traded him.
Nice, nice.
Two dead, two dead.
Enemy
I saw they. They're gonna be long. They're gonna be long and shit.
I got blue piper now. I'm watching this. I got bottom.
Camos in 20. Camos in 20. Nothing wrong with playing here.
C-fly weak. C-fly weak. I'm here.
Will there
I'm
be
here.
a pop-up, or do you think it'll be the size of the one
Look at the top.
field?
I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm table. One's on back clear now.
Green, blue,
Vice
green,
clear,
blue.
vice clear. Live.
It'd be
One
good
top
to
west
see.
right now.
Top cross.
They
Hitting it. They're hitting it.
If we can.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
We're
come
still live.
I spawned on
Battery top, battery top. One shot, nice. And one shot. On camo down.
And one bottom right weak. Aiden. And one hell to A.
One shot on the shroud.
Nice.
Camo dead.
Nice. Last guy.
Right now.
They're holding.
Bottom right C-plat, bottom right on me.
I
I got one. Keep it holding.
Keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it there. I got you. Got you, Morgan. Got you, Morgan.
Nice, he's dead.
Could spawn gold.
Let's go. Come on. Way to bounce
Good game,
back.
guys.
Fucking
Good
shit.
shit.
Fucking shit,
Yeah.
boys.
And a much needed win there in our oddball and making this series just that much more exciting. Rev, so tell me what you heard from that listening. How do you like in the comms so far?
I mean, I love the comms, and honestly, like, I think that was a huge moment for Legion Gaming. They really needed to win that oddball to put a point on the board in this series, and you could hear it in the comms. They were all locked in. At the very end, it was more than just firm handshakes for Legion Gaming. You know, you had a little bit of a pop off, some verbal fist bumps to the rest of the players on the team. So huge for Zuzi with 37 kills, one more than Suspector. He takes the lead with the most kills in the game.
Yeah, 7.3 KDA out of him, 11,000 damage being dealt that game. I think of all, I actually got the chance to play a little bit of Halo Infinite yesterday, and I grinded with some buddies for probably a good maybe 3 hours, and I don't think I had 11,000 damage within that 3 hours in total. Zeus's just dropped 11,000 that game alone, which is crazy to think about. 17 minutes of just Zuzi going off and a Legion Gaming going at ascending baseline, and now on the series board. It's not too far out of the realm of possibility where we see them tie up the series and bring us into a swing game number 5.
I mean, I know a lot of players would not want to see us go the whole distance, but I know as casters, as part of the community, as spectators and the audience especially, would love to see this go the whole distance to truly get an idea for which team truly deserves that last spot in that week 1 qualifier. But you know, if I'm ascending baseline, I'm looking to end things here as quickly as I can, because you do not want a team like Legion Gaming to be coming back in this game.
Seeing some of the replays right now, man, there was plenty of it. And you know what? I will say, we definitely highlighted his twin brother, but I think we need to highlight Uzi as well. First of all, these shot plays in round number 2 rejuvenated life into this Legion Gaming roster. Let me tell you, without these plays, there's no chance that they have a comeback in that round number 2, in that round 3, and the almost ninja that was absolutely insane. But to think of he started off 1-7, 1-8, I think it was.
Yes, it
and
was.
then goes on that crazy run in round number 2, catches up to his KD, also had the most ball time on the team with 40 seconds on top of that. And I feel like lots of times it's very easy to get demoralized when having a bad start. So I think for Uzi to come in, have a very bad round number 1, and then have a masterful bounce back right at the beginning of round number 2, and continue that momentum throughout the rest of the game, I think is big. Because like I said, it's very easy to put yourself in very bad situations and then just kind of snowball from there mentally when having a bad start.
Absolutely. I think that highlight reel that we saw Uzi go on with the shock rifle was the exact kind of thing that would start that momentum, that started the fire in the hearts of all of Legion Gaming. But without much further ado, Tony, we are going into the 4th game of this series with Legion Gaming going up 1 and ascending baseline with 2 as we start off this Origin capture the flag.
So no scope over towards the pit side. Suspector does end up getting a cleanup, but didn't have time to go for the sniper. And Uzi, you know he's gonna get it right off the rip. I think it was a nice little double from him. Meanwhile, 7 shots at the sniper down here for Uzi as we enter Origin. And Rev, we're gonna switch things up a little bit. I know you're probably used to 3 flag caps on this map. Well, it's not how we do it here at LVT, okay? For our Pro League, we're actually going to 5 flags for this one, so this will be a battle of attrition here on your Coliseum Remake Origin.
You missed it last week, the debut of a 5-cap CTF Origin. I mean, that was something that I love to see. The change for this map, I think, really, it just allows for a lot more team play. Earlier, Origin just felt a little bit too fast. 3 caps felt like the game was just over if you blinked a little bit too much, you know? And now that it's at 5, it really allows for the game to get a little scrappy, maybe some desperate plays, and, you know, I think that's what we're all here for. Exciting changes that make the game more fun and enjoyable for not only the competitors, but also the viewers. Flag's gonna get grabbed, though, by both teams, and now they're gonna start moving them across the map. Which one will cross the finish line first?
Flag already brought over toward the elbow side. Coach Callis, who's observing right now, always talking about the importance of the elbow side, where most people want to play that snipe. Well, that elbow can be a power position, and one which that much starts that flag over towards meanwhile ends up his way over towards mid-side, but gets overwhelmed by multiple members of Legion Gaming, not only getting the kills, but the return here for the boys in blue.
Yeah, Legion Gaming getting the return on that. That was huge. And now ascending baseline, trying to move across the map as quickly as they can. They do get the return for their flag. So ascending baseline once again evening things up. 2 go down for Legion Gaming though, and ascending baseline looked like they might finally be able to push out of their base, but Ryan Noob gets caught off guard by Uzi and Zuzi.
Man, he kind of moonwalked his way into what could have been a back smack, but eventually was a quick kill, and that's just how quick the tides will shift in your favor. But somehow Super CC and AB weather the storm, get themselves a rocket, and Super CC off the top rope goes right after Zuzi. 3 down momentarily go Legion Gaming's way. Ryan Noob ends up grabbing rockets and a thrust, and looks like he doesn't want to waste them. Going to use his bandit and those nades to secure himself a finish and save a rocket. Jeez.
Very quick double kill for Ryan. This is certainly going to open up things for ascending baseline as Uzi, first one to spawn for Legion Gaming, going to try and put a stop to it. But that flag got moved so quickly in the expert hands of Ryan Noob. I mean, he's juggled flags for quite a long time, decades perhaps even one could say. And that is going to be the first cap on the board for ascending baseline. 1-0 ascending baseline leads.
Ryan was so quick with that flag run. Uzi had 10 at the timing in order to try to get there and stop it, but he was too quick, and that route was perfectly ran by Ryan Noob. Now we see Legion Gaming, though, with a bit of a bounce back, looking for a counter cap opportunity. Already down 0-1, and Zuzi makes it there, but tapping buttons, he cleans out his base.
Suspector with that kill secures himself his 11th kill so far. And Suspector, first one to make it past 10 for the entire lobby. So already again, ascending baseline, continue the dominance in those slays. And it's not quite turning into map position for the rest of the team, but off of the spawn, ascending baseline, hold firm. And now the push comes for ascending baseline.
Up 1-0 at the moment here. Sending baseline. Lido does steal away their flag. Feels like everybody on AB have their eyes set on him, but hold on. A little bit of damage pulls Ryan out of the fight just long enough for Lido to go from trench to trench, and just like that, Legion Gaming tied things up.
Very sneaky play from Legion Gaming. Started off by Lido, and he flew across the map, sliding his way past the 50-yard line, and with that double kill from Uzi, gonna pass off the flag over to Morgan. 2 go down for sending baseline, but Super CC with that bottom mid spawn is going to put a stop to that play before it has any momentum. He spawned and did exactly what he needed to. Now Ryan Noob with the rockets. This could be disaster for Legion Gaming.
I'll be honest with you, I thought that double kill was going to be enough for them to get another cap here, but clutch defense coming out of ascending baseline to slow things down and now turn that defense into offense. You're already pulling the flag here for Legion Gaming. A great bait out by Lido. Super CC eventually takes him down. Super CC continues to put down massive damage, but with the flag runner down and him having to reload, yeah, nothing to do but just keep that flag alive.
I mean, it's, again, scrappy for both of these two teams, and honestly, I am here for it. Let it get scrappy. Let it get down in the mud. Let the blood flow. You know what I mean, Tony? And honestly, both of these two teams are slaying it out, duking it out on the map to show that they deserve to secure that final spot for the LVT Pro LAN qualifier.
CC over on the snipe side. Lido is sitting over towards Oven, which could be a nuisance to this push, but he identified. Now they're already on the attack. Lido and Morgan, though, getting back-to-back kills. Eventually, the cleanup happens, and somehow Suspector takes down both of them, but doesn't see the third who gets the back smack. And if there's any player you don't want having the sniper, it is Zuzi. He makes some highlight plays, and just like that, snaps into the left thigh of Super CC, continues to quickscope left and right. Finally, though, they take him down, and now what happens to the sniper will end up in the hands of Ryan Noob.
Trying to grab it, misses it the first time, gets it the second. Legion Gaming, however, do respawn, so he cannot quite push into the base just yet. Instead, going to hang out over in elbow of blue base. Morgan with some good shots to keep Ryan Noob from lining up that shot in time, but 2, 3 go down for Legion Gaming again, and Ryan Noob very patient, waiting on the elbow, does grab the flag, now fighting the respawners. Going to grab it and move it over towards blue window and bide his time and just wait for the rest of Legion Gaming to come find him.
Wastes all the ammo out of that sniper here of Legion Gaming. Do find the kills necessary to stop the flag from moving forward. However, Suspector takes down one and pushing that flag further and further away from Legion Gaming's base. Lido being a bit sneaky over the elbow side. He gets caught out, and that means that flag is moving, and there's nobody to stop it. Tapping buttons and ascending baseline out of nowhere, capping the second flag, about to get ready for rockets. You know what? I can't think of a better time to go in for listening with ascending baseline, because they actually just started another flag and rockets is still coming up. Let's hop into the comms once again of AB.
Top left.
Gonna be by you, snipe as well as them. I'm gonna play to their elbow.
Window weak. Window weak. You went elbow. One low elbow.
I'm not seeing him.
And our cave.
Behind him, Rocket's good.
Very good. He's still
To our low elbow. To our low elbow.
Yeah.
to our low
Hey,
elbow.
Rockets.
I'm gonna go for a re eventually, I guess.
Yeah.
Arable, somewhere.
And top cat on RBR. Two on our side. Two RBR on our cat.
I think there's 3 on our side.
Yeah.
I shot bait. No, I might when I stop it, bro. I couldn't fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it though. Run elbow.
Elbow, get elbow, we get elbow. And the BR, they're mace.
Our flag, one shot.
Mace, dead.
No. It's 20 their elbow. Yeah, they're able to flag.
I can look.
They're gonna split cave.
Weak window, downside window. Watch out. Watch out, flag.
Man, window, do you guys?
More.
Got one shot.
He's our silver.
Snipe at 20, guys. Snipe at 20.
Hey, one grass, I think.
He's on the trench, one shot. And grass again, or
They're about weak.
Little weak. Someone shot me from the window.
Okay,
Snipe at 10.
Yeah, I'm coming out.
One grass. He's grass the bottom.
I think it's
Could be our
right.
silver.
I'm going top soon.
Yes, silver.
He's in silver. Yes, I'm going safe.
RBR.
And pyramid weak. 2 guys pyramid weak.
Okay, I'm getting mine.
And 2 guys weak and safe. One our cat.
Pyramid weak.
I'm sneaky.
Watch out. Side. No one. Grass.
RBR grass.
Watch out.
RBR.
Can't freak you up.
Rapid puck up.
I'm coming grass.
They're weak.
Side dead. Last guy.
Let's get this.
Sniper. Little weak.
Window weak.
He's found me.
Top rocket on me. Dead. Top rocket weak. Box. And the flag. The flag.
Killed our elbow.
Hey, front room. Sniper up, please.
Absolute sniper and maze. Cave
coming up,
going
right?
sniper. Yeah, sniper up. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm dead.
Rockets
Elbow.
15.
He's RBR.
2 elbow, 4 fucked.
Yo, gonna be our flag too.
Weak.
One top rockets.
I'm right down.
He was top rockets. He was top
Weak.
rockets.
Got their play right now.
I can't
Just
see
snipe
where
as
you
well,
went.
bro. They're back snipe. Snipe down on sniper right now.
Rockets are about to be up.
Rockets on you.
I punched him. He's one shot top rocks. Hit that. Shoot. One more.
One dead. Sniping top cat. CC.
Top guy, got
One
me one.
screamer now, man.
Got to hear a very vocal Suns out in the comms there, and making sure that everybody on Sunday baseline is aware of when those goodies are about to come up. And now that they have it in their hands, it's 4 down. Go Legion Gaming. It's a flag moving across the trenches. They're already up 3-2, but if they can deal with the one overextending Morgan, this could be a guaranteed flag cap coming in for Suspector and the crew. But it's Morgan who gets there, but somehow doesn't get the kill in time. What?
Very nice job by Ascending Baseline to secure that flag. It was very well played by them, capitalizing on the 3 dead for Legion Gaming. But Morgan trying to do his best to stop that flag cap from happening, but it did not happen for Legion Gaming. And once again, we have a little bit of a flag standoff for Legion Gaming, but it will be returned by Suspector, who, by the way, is dropping 33 kills so far this game.
Enemy flag returned.
Less than a minute on the clock here for Legion Gaming to put back-to-back caps, not even to win it, but just to tie up the game here. Legion Gaming are in trouble right now, and this is a best of 7. The last thing you want to do is fall 1-3, and right now Ascending Baseline are playing masterful defense, making sure that nobody has a chance of moving that flag out of the base of AB. 3 down. Once again, go Legion Gaming. They're staggered. They're getting punished. Ascending Baseline see the finish line. Now it's about just running through it.
15 seconds left on the clock, and this game is over. And 2 caps to 4 Ascending Baseline are basically just riding off into the sunset. Uzi trying to do what he can, but it feels almost symbolic at this point, Tony. 3 seconds are left. Nobody really there to be able to grab it. And that is game, set, and match. And Ascending Baseline go up 3-1.
One more game in order to stamp their ticket into that pro league. That's what we're all here for, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to find that final spot here from your qualifier over the weekend. After a bit of roster building, Ascending Baseline and Legion Gaming both were next up into that top 4. They duke it out one time in a best of 7, and a win here puts yourself in a $128,000 pro league. Ascending Baseline up in the series. Suspector 36 kills, 19 deaths, and a 20.0 KDA. He's putting up matchmaking numbers right now, and we are in a best of 7 show match to make it into the pro league. What are we talking about here? Jeez.
I mean, Suspector is putting on a clinic on Legion Gaming, unfortunately, and Legion Gaming, you know, like we've seen them be able to climb back in this series. We saw it in that oddball recharge match, and I'm hoping that we see it once again as we move on towards Slayer Streets. Can Legion Gaming bounce back and continue the fight in this best of 7 series for that last spot in the qualifiers for the LVT Pro League? Or will Ascending Baseline shut the door down on Legion Gaming and the dreams of making it through the easy way?
Rev, you were asking a question that's on everybody's mind right now. And as much as we would love to see an extended series, something tells me Ascending Baseline simply don't. If you're looking for a fight, I always say you gotta take it to the streets of New Mombasa, and what started off as a melee fight to decide advantage here might end on a fight here on the streets. Ascending Baseline looking for their final win. Legion Gaming, what do you have to say about that?
Looks like this start is going to be their answer to that question, Tony, as Legion Gaming take Ascending Baseline 3 dead for a moment, and Ascending Baseline now on the ropes and running away. Lido going to use the Shroud to grab the camouflage for Legion Gaming, and now on the hunt, but the grenades come flying in, not quite taking down Lido, but it was very close.
Another big start coming in from Legion Gaming, but we actually have seen this or read this book before, at least this chapter, where we've seen Legion Gaming start off to these amazing Slayer starts, and then somehow, some way, ascending baseline, we're able to take the win in the late game. When we see that once again, finally, when we see things change up a little bit here, Legion Gaming have doubled the scoreline of ascending baseline, and they've just gone 3 down while I said that.
Unfortunately, Lido is not able to capitalize on any of the damage that Legion Gaming is putting down. Now finds the back of Ryan Noob, going to send him to the grave, and for 8 seconds he gets to think about that play for just a little bit. But Lido, now the camo has run out. Can he continue to make some moves for Legion Gaming? 13-0. The lead is not quite as big as they would like right now.
Once again, 3 down go Legion Gaming. Zuzi by himself over toward the arcade side, and a double push from ascended baseline clears things out real quick, and now AB continue to drive through the strong side of the map, bringing himself within just 1 kill. Zuzi spawns over toward the back subway side. Off screen, Lido goes down, and the same thing for Uzi. It looks like they're calling for some kind of reset here, right as ascending baseline taking 1 kill advantage.
One player unfortunately disconnected from the match, means that we are going to pause it right there, and I don't know if that's going to be enough for a full reset, is it? Or are we going to pick up from 13 to 12, I think, before the player got dropped? I think it might be might go back to a reset, right?
I'm sure there'll be a discussion in the chat here. So obviously ascending baseline just took a lead, but the question now becomes did you take the lead because somebody was lagging out there? Exactly what exactly happened there? So luckily the players are very honest when it comes to this, and I feel like that's the one thing I love about Halo, is that you have nothing but straight gentlemen across the league. So I feel like they're usually very fair. If they know that they took the lead because of some faulty equipment, they'll say, hey, look, let's do a full let's reset it. But if it was an earned lead, we could see them try to hold on to that 1 kill advantage. And Ryan says, do you want 1 or a full So clearly the advantage was taken after the lag out, is what he's trying to say.
I mean, Ryan, he's the honorable guy. He does, he has some words to say at LANs from time to time, but honestly, he's a great sport, a good guy, tries to do the honorable thing and let the other team decide what's best. But I mean,
I'm so sorry.
Looking at the chat, as soon as I try to give him a little bit of gas, a little bit of glaze, he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna, try to get an answer.
Nah, that's not on Ryan. And like I said, okay, so Ryan asked, and okay, let's go back here, okay, guys. Ryan clearly asked an A/B question, not for a Sunday baseline, but a choose one or the other. Do you want 1, or would you like a full re? Zuzi's response was yeah. Like, so that's why I laughed when you were talking. I'm like, wait, he didn't answer the question. And Ryan follows up with exactly I was thinking. He didn't answer the question. Guys, we gotta lock in. Effective communication is important. That's the same type of stuff I get from my coworkers. I'm gonna start. Sorry, I apologize. I went off their ref. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's on me.
No, it's okay. I mean, yes, you would want an answer right away to the question, and typing yeah doesn't really mean anything, but we're gonna start this game off 0-0, full reset, and Ryan Noob and the rest of the team is lying in wait for Lido, who gets caught off guard, and Legion Gaming fighting once again to go down to 2v2 inside of red.
Not only are we getting hype here in game and so far in the series, but a golden Kappa train, a golden hype train has just been started in the chat right here, right now. If you guys want that ever so elusive golden Kappa emote, make sure you participate in the hype train. You are going to be pissed once this ends and you're not a part of it. Drop the subs, drop the gifted, drop the bits as well. Make sure you get involved in this hype train, and if you do, you're going to be rewarded with a golden Kappa emote, the rarest emote that we've seen in Twitch.
I gotta get my second golden Kappa. I have 1. Gotta get some more. Gotta collect them all, if you know what I mean. But going back into this game, Ryan Noob with the camouflage gonna help us setting baseline, lead this Slayer game 11-6, and Super CC gets the better of Lido. over in back A, and Ryan Noob not quite done with his camouflage just yet. He's going to try and figure out where the rest of the team, get some information from the rest of his team, catches off Zuzi inside of Arcade, sees Lido over in Commando, trying to get the cleanup kill. He does. Lido gets taken down. 16 to 7, ascending baseline. Take the lead.
And Rev, this is a much different start that we saw early in that, I guess, the first half or the first version of this Slayer match. It was all Legion Gaming. They were off to a 10-5 advantage. They had the scoreline double to start things off. Well, now things are snowballed in the exact opposite way. It's going the way of ascending baseline, Rev, and Legion Gaming can't afford this.
No, they cannot. This is the last game in this series potentially on the line, and if Legion Gaming want to keep the series hope alive, they gotta win this Street Slayer. But we go down again for Legion Gaming. It will be Morgan and Ryan Noob in a 1v1, but Morgan backs off 14-23. A little bit of momentum for Legion Gaming now.
Yeah, they're saying we didn't come this far just to come this far. I mean, we have a second life at trying to make it and qualify it for the Pro League, and we don't want to squander it. 3 down, go ascending baseline right as Camouflage is coming up. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for Legion Gaming.
And now Uzi with the camouflage gets caught out inside of front sub with that spawner over on subway stairs, trying to stay alive, dropped to no shields. He will stay alive, but sees the player of ascending baseline on top of trash. And now Uzi biding his time, just waiting inside of no man's land here in the middle of the map, but 2 go down for Legion Gaming.
Uzi taking a bit of a risk shooting that early over towards the mid-map, gets caught out, but somehow survives, and now starting to thrive here with this camouflage. Finds himself one as a player right behind him. He has no idea. Shots into the back to take him down, but 4 do end up going down for ascending baseline. Legion Gaming striking once again.
23-29, down by 6. Legion Gaming wants to keep their hopes alive in this show match. Best of 7 for the last qualifier spot from week 1. And you can see that they're taking this very seriously, Tony. They're slowing the game down. They're biding their time and waiting, but ascending baseline collapse. It's a 2v2 now. Zuzi and Lido, but tapping buttons is the last player alive as Super CC goes down 31-26.
More momentum now going the way of Legion Gaming as they finally put themselves within 5 kills. Why don't we go into another listen-in, because I need to make sure I get involved in this golden Kappa train, which just says, by the way, hit level 7. I want my golden Kappa emo, so why don't we hop into those comms of Legion Gaming.
Double kill.
One's B plus, easy.
Walking down Morgan.
Down here.
I spawned Ivy.
Yo, let's take drive, Louis.
They're clear me.
Heard that. What was it?
Let's just keep this.
Yo,
Just keep this.
I'm with you.
And map right now,
3B,
Ryan.
3B, 3B. 1B stairs.
No, 2. I got
I got one.
one. Push you. One more.
I got two.
Yeah, front C weak. Watch out.
In your top. Watch out.
I traded.
I just spawned
Yeah,
B.
last guy P1.
You want, yeah,
Yeah,
18 on camera, guys.
I'm dead. He's out there.
Play through the shrubbery.
Yeah, one
Don't think on me, think on me.
I'm looking for you. I don't see him.
2v2, look at me.
Not a player alive, guys.
Touch us around, watch out.
Dude,
Dead.
Nice.
Hey, jump
Still
here.
hollow. Right now.
Nice.
I will kill me right now.
Hollow plays the
Bottom of the calf.
Yeah, listen, 2A, bro, 2A. Once your tire's close, on Angel, bro.
I died, bro.
Camo's gonna be up.
Front C spawn.
On camo.
2 guys on your front C drive.
I traded them, bro. Camo went to B stairs. It's 2 B stairs. Camo playing up there. Yeah, Camo's gonna be with them.
Yeah, it has it.
Two over there. I'm watching. I'm just trying to look.
Watch out, plants, Uzi. 2 there.
You're all dropping soon. 2 one-shot plants. We have another one plants and another one
Yeah, one shot tires. Two tires.
Can be steps if you can.
Make sure he's getting trades. We're good.
Yeah, hold on, we're very late.
Yeah, he's gonna play B.
Steps 3.
Watch it. Ice cream, red room hiding. Okay, ice cream and arcade now.
Yeah, a little weak in there, Lido. One music.
Even easily good. I can go. Yo, top A. Yeah, be close.
Hell,
Yes, careful B, careful B.
3, I just got melted.
Yeah, caution. I'm absolutely.
Yeah, Lido in front.
Just be strong in red room, go B.
Same purple.
Gonna be 2 on you.
Ready to help us red room. Get ready to help red room.
Yeah, I'm coming drive. Yeah.
Wait. 2 seconds. Right now.
2 on me. 2 watch out. Or ice cream. Arcade. 2 weak in B.
Hey, one shot arcade.
Watch out, arcade. I'm stuck. Let's do that.
3.
Last turn.
I'm around.
Set tires, one set tires in.
There's one back A.
Mine.
I can fight A, I can fight A.
Maybe C though.
Could be one PD or A. Could be one.
Yeah, I'm out. No, we're good.
No, we're good.
Fight purple?
I'm coming back to them. Okay, I'm coming back to you.
No, you can leave.
He trash in 3
One's
seconds.
back heavy. One's back heavy.
He
I'm
trash.
coming to you guys. I'm coming to you guys.
Commando.
Watch out, Mando.
Nice.
God, my fucking calls, man.
What is that?
That
Oh.
was the
Yeah, that's crazy.
craziest starting strat.
A very excited ascending baseline, and I think you know why. They have stamped their ticket into the Pro League, and what was an exciting matchup so far this entire series. Oh, ending 4-1 is probably not what Legion Gaming wanted, but they put on one hell of a show. That was so fun to watch.
Yes, it was. And Legion Gaming at the very end there gave it all that they could, but it was not quite enough. An ascending baseline, they were cool, calm, and collected, even when things were looking just a little bit dicey. But I mean, that's what you expect at this level, right? Cool heads, calm, collected, still communicating with the rest of their team. And it's just handshakes all around at the end of that match, Tony.
It really is. And we take a look at the scoreboard here for the final time of this series. Tapping Buns doing what Tapping Buns freaking does. 4,400 damage. I mean, even when he's not having the most slays, somehow he finds the way to have some of the most damage in the entire lobby, which is so crazy. I feel like this team of Ascending Baseline oftentimes will go the way Tapping Buns goes. If he is pelting teams with bullets, when he's getting that final headshot or getting the 4 bullets in order to make a player one shot, he's always getting his in the damage department. Definitely so important for its Ascending Baseline roster. On the other side of things, I think Legion Gaming again played absolutely fantastic. We saw them go on some crazy runs in the Slayer in the beginning, where the version 1 of this game, we saw them have a 10-5 advantage over Ascending Baseline. We saw the same thing in that game number 2 Slayer, them go off, but some way, somehow, Ascending Baseline would just claw their way right back into it and just kind of take back what was rightfully theirs in every game except for that oddball match. So Legion Gaming, you'll still have an opportunity to compete in the qualifier number 2, and I hope they do this weekend here, because again, we have 4 more spots that we're giving away to make it into your Pro League. Scratch out that qualifier number 1. Don't look at it anymore, because it's qualifier number 2 that's happening this weekend. We get to find out who your 5th through 8th seed will be, and then eventually going into stage 2. That's where things get really fun. Yeah, so those Sundays when we have those Pro League matches, everybody that's actually qualified into the Pro League will be playing. So if you want to watch your favorite players duke it out, make sure you guys check that out until eventually it leads to that LAN in beautiful California, that Shopify Rebellion headquarters. Rev, it was absolutely fantastic having you on the mic here. We've been talking about casting together for quite some time. It was absolutely amazing to get to do so with you. Sadly, like all good things, even this must come to an end. Do you have any final words for the people at home or for the players? Please, the floor is yours, Rev.
Congratulations to everybody. Hope you got your golden kappa. That hype train was awesome. So secured myself my 2nd golden kappa. Nice for me. And honestly, it's always been fun to watch competitive Halo, and LVT, you know, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been in the passion pit. They've been showing everybody the open bracket during every single LAN, and now they're bringing back Pro League once again, and it's already showing up to have a lot of awesome talent. 4 teams now secured their 1 through 4 seeds going into the league play coming up here in just a little bit. But just like you said earlier, we have plenty more Halo coming up for you guys in this coming weekend, and I'm excited to see which teams are going to get those final 4 spots.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute banger. It was really fun, but guys, we're out of here. Have a good one, guys, in chat. Thank you guys, Ascending Baseline and Legion, for putting on an absolute show. And we'll see you guys this weekend. We have some more Halo action for you.
Double kill. Killing spree. Killing enemy has the ball. Perfect. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball. Triple kill. Drop. Double kill. Perfect. Double kill. Double kill.
I'm gonna go for a read.
Alright, horrible. Come on.
And top down over here. Two on our side. Two over here on our 10.
I think there's 3 on his head.
Yeah.
That's not made.
No, I might when I stop it, bro. I'm gonna fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it down, run it. I'm running outside.
And chance we can save one again.
Pyramid weak.
I've seen him rush.
Side no grass.
RB on grass.
Grab the fuck up.
I'm good grass.
Last guy.
Let's get it.
Two can be.
I got one shot arcade.
Watch out,
You're dead.
Stuck there.
Green. Shoot those guys. Sorry. I did one back.
Double kill. Snipe.
And top cat on BR. Two on our side. Two on BR on the cat.
I shot mid.
No, I might stop it, bro. I'm gonna fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it back. I'm running outside.
Trim it, weak. I see he's got super.
Double kill. Snipe. Double kill. Double kill. Double kill. Enemy team score. Double kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Killing spree. Killing spree. Triple kill. Double kill. Double kill. Double kill.
I'm gonna go for a reunion.
And top cat on BR. Two on our side. Two on BR on the cat.
I shot mid.
No, I might stop it, bro. I'm gonna fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it down. I'm running outside.
Trim it, weak. I see he's got super. Side. Last guy. Two can be.
Double kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Killing spree. Killing spree. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Double kill. Enemy has triple kill. Drop. Double kill. Double kill. Double kill.
I'm gonna go for a read.
Yeah.
Alright, Marble. Come on.
And top cat. Top cat on the two on our side. Two on the other cat. And our yeah.
I drop in.
No, I might. When I stop it, bro, I can fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it down. I'm running outside.
Pyramid. I see he's got
I can't pick you. Alright, wrap the fuck up. I'm good.
We can do. Everyone touch. Watch out. Let's do that.
Three.
Watch it, Tyron.
Double kill. Snipe. Enemy. Double kill.
I'm gonna go for a read.
Alright, horrible.
And top 10 over here. Two on our side. Two over here on our cat. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
No, I might when I stop it, bro. I can fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it though. I'm running outside.
Timid weak. I've seen you.
Double kill.
gonna go for a read.
Yeah. And top down over here. Two on our side. Two over here on our cat.
I think there's 3 on this side.
Yeah.
Nice job, mate.
No, am I gonna stop it, bro? I'm gonna fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it down, run it. I'm running out of
Hey, make a set. One cat.
Pyramid weak.
I'm seeking
That's what I'm seeing. That no one grass.
Okay, I'm here on grass. Let's get it.
Double kill. Snipe. Double kill. Double kill. Double kill. Enemy team. Double kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Enemy has the killing spree. Killing spree. Enemy has the ball. Perfect. 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 All right. Perfect. All right. Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball. All right. Enemy has the ball. Double kill. Enemy triple kill. Double kill. Perfect. Perfect. Double kill. Double kill.
I'm gonna go for a read eventually, guys.
Yeah. And top down over here. Two on our side. Two over here on our cat.
I think there's 3 on this side.
Yeah.
Nice job, mate.
No, am I gonna stop it, bro? I'm gonna fucking stop it. I'm gonna run it down, run it. I'm running out of
Hey,
time.
let's make a set. One cat.
Pyramid weak.
I'm seeking.
That's what you're seeing. That no one grass.
Okay, I'm here on grass.
No,
I'm here on grass.
the cat.
I can't pick you up.
Right, wrap the fuck up.
Okay, on grass.